Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Bastion. Today we're not going to do a regular level. What we're going to do is invoke every single guy. Because why not? And we're going to try to see if we can do every single dream. We haven't done it on our second round at all. So we're hoping that we can.
Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
This will be a little tough. There's really no reason we're invoking all the gods other than to actually just make it
past.
ourselves.
Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
We have everything unlocked. We have extra fragments. We're gonna try out this right trigger ability. See how the god made him invisible?
The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
Just release
these. Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
We have champagne enabled, which does 25% more damage, which is good and bad because it also takes off the containment. Probably would be better with a containment than...
He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his.
So if he never knew his father, it's possible that Rux is his father.
Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
This is still a little too easy.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Calamity safe from whatever's out there.
I'm not getting
The elements,
drops.
the Ura, you name it.
Oh, you know, the reason why we're not getting bottle drops is one of the god implications. Has them not drop bottles. Waves here.
Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelandia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
Down to my last thing. Well, now I'm out of charges. So now I'm in trouble. The only way I can keep myself level is by killing things.
Out there, kid learned to fend for himself. Learn to build. Learn to break.
I think I've probably been really set with the sentries.
time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. What was I saying? Anyway.
So there's my one chance to...
One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart.
You know, the really only the one I feel really needs to be turned off for God invocation.
He saw nothing where the world used to be. The Calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
Oh, 5 reflections left.
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. Past don't matter for nothing now.
So we start without idols, we start with idols, back to the Bastion. Let's go back to the Bastion. So let's change the champagne here to something else. Black Ray tonic. I'm gonna actually
Black rye is like hot pineapple chowder on a cold day. Brings back memories.
And then I'm gonna use gel canister. And then I'm gonna come over here and just take off the one invocation that says they should not yield. So Roth is here. That's the only one we really need turned off. So let's do this again.
Kid takes another drag, goes out like a light. There's something you should know about the kid, but let me take it from the top.
So my first thing is I'm just gonna right trigger right here. There's our portal guy. Okay, that worked well, but
Past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
he is fast. That's fast.
Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
He's taken out. I put a couple of these guys out there. The guys find it all.
He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his.
I lost both.
What was I saying? Anyway.
That's not good.
Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Calamity safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. Wait, where was I?
I'm out of black tonic. I'll save him for later.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Calandia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break.
Are we gonna make it this time?
In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody.
How many more reflections? 8? Wow. It does feel like it takes a while. It's like not targeting the right.
Past don't matter for nothing now.
Okay, so I think that if I can't get it done twice with the idols on, it's not worth the time to spend a third time through. So let's just do it one last time.
Ever tell you how the kid got himself wrapped up in this mess
idols.
to begin with?
And we'll show the vast difference, how long it took and how difficult it was. no idols on. Look how slow the characters are now.
The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his.
If Rux is supposed to be the
Having his
father,
mama's hair did the kid no
guess that
favors while he was
kinda
growing up,
does
but he learned
fit
to hold
the
his own out
story
there.
line a little bit better than him being an older version. It doesn't seem to really matter.
School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
I'm just making a minefield here.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Calamity safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the you name it.
So I've just set this minefield to turn. Because I don't have to do
Once the
anything.
kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Calandia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for
All
himself.
I'm doing is running around.
Learn to build.
Throwing
Learn to
turrets
break.
down. We've stopped playing Bastion and we've started playing Portal at this point. I mean, I'm not having to shoot at all. They're minefield. Let's just enjoy our work here.
In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody.
Stand, listen to me. We'll just stand right here.
One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart.
Sure, why
He saw nothing where the world used to be. The Calamity happened just like that.
They can't even attack these guys.
All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
5 more reflections. Sure is easy. With all the gods not invoked. It would have gotten, probably 50%. Well, we don't expect 50% more. That doesn't really matter.
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
Of course, I didn't have this secret skill at the beginning during the first round either. Almost certainly didn't unlock it until the second game. So this guy's in the right position.
Well, he finally arrived at Caelandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else. But then, all he got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name.
Two more reflections. Got the brown copies to replace the white. Over here on this side.
Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me. I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Argument could be made that they should have had more history books. Wait a minute. Where'd those come from?
Never would have pegged the kid as the bookish type.
Oops. So there's a fourth dream. I didn't even know about this. I missed it completely, I guess, the first time I played. So I'm gonna stay a little quiet here and we're gonna see what this is all about. Maybe this is only in the second time around. I assume this is gonna be about rugs.
You don't get to be my age without learning a thing or two about what's what. But the most valuable lessons come early in life. I ain't much for worldly things, though all these years I've held on to a stash of old books from when I was young.
30 reflections? Oh, wow. I'm not prepared for that.
There's one old book in particular I still like to read from time to time. It covers the important things, in a manner of speaking. Here we go. A is for Kobe, the goddess of oath and abandon. Make a promise, and the chastened maid will hold you to it. B is for Breaker. He's faster than a fork of lightning, and his aim is always true. If news needs spreading, tell it to a breaker.
So he's gonna go through the entire alphabet. There's more than enough reflections. 26 letters in the alphabet. 30 reflections.
C is for Core. A perfect bit of stone found deep underground. It makes the city shine day and night. Is there anything it can't do? D is for Dreadrum, a potent spirit brewed from a foul-smelling plant that grows in the wilds. One taste will sharpen your senses.
Every letter.
situation. In an emergency, stay calm, leave your belongings, and make your way to the nearest safe haven.
Well, I'm not doing this with the gun.
F is for foundation. A solid plot of land for building anything you can imagine. Even grand ideas start small. G is for Garmouth, the god of purpose and folly. The crippled Duke reminds us that good intentions are nothing on their own. H is for Hensa, goddess of pain and pleasure. You can't have one without the other. The veiled widow makes sure of it.
20 remaining. 1/3 away done. So far they haven't been that many enemies as the other one. Man, that's scary.
I is for In Case of Trouble, a song grown famous across the land, dedicated to the pioneering spirit of Calamity. J is for Javel, the god of health and atrophy. We each have the Tower Keeper's strength in us, until that strength runs out.
Well, the hammer would be doing better, or war machete. I think I kind of like the spear. It has some distance to it. It ignores armor like most of the...
K is for Kid, a guy or gal just like you. Don't be in such a hurry to grow up, since there's nothing a kid can't do. L is for Lemaine, the god of hope and despair. The Mason King knows that success and failure are all in the mind. M is for Messiah, our goddess of loss and longing. We all are born from the Lord Mother, and in the end, we all return to her.
Oh, an ankle gator. That could be a bit of a trouble.
N is for Nordy, the bird boy, who's always there to bring a smile at the Hanging Gardens, thanks to his feathered friends.
Oh, he gets a name even. Interesting. Very interesting.
O is for Alec, our young god of chance and whim. The carefree son lives forever in the moment. The rest of us can only try. P is for Pith, the god of commotion and order. When the wakeful bull is calm, let's all do our part to keep him that way.
So his history book here is nothing but a like ABC book. Because that could be indication that he's not as smart or educated as you think, but then he somehow thinks it's the Bastion. Most stories cannot be true. Well, actually, most stories cannot be true. He could be in his first time through the timeline. He was very uneducated. Taught himself just how to read from this book.
Q is for Queen Anne, the notorious ankle gator from the wilds. She can even dig her way into rotten children's dreams.
And then, as he went to commit multiple versions or cycles through the timeline, he just got smarter and smarter in a subconscious style. And then by the end, he was able to build.
R is for Rothus, the god of thirst and plenty. The gorging host reminds us to always know when we've had enough.
If he wasn't smart enough to make the Bastion on the first timeline, there should have been no way for him to have ever used. I don't like time travel stories that much. They sometimes get a little complicated.
S is for Scumbag, a big lumpy old fellow who sidles about. He loves eating trash. Just be sure to keep a healthy distance from him.
9 more reflections. Reflections have gotten a little bit more difficult, but not that it's about, let's say, average.
T is for Trigger, the army's sharpest shooter. Take pride in Caelandia's mounted soldiers. They risk it all to keep us safe.
Now the other dreams, because I've done them out of order, I can have a very good build-up to the other dreams. Sorry about that, I didn't realize I was going to end up in the dream. I'm sorry I'm also falling off the edge. But yeah. Let's take this one out.
U is for Ura, our pale neighbors to the east, whose homes are underground. Each day we learn to live in harmony.
Yeah, you really learned that lesson, didn't you? Oh well, the child's book is always never the truth. The whole truth.
V is for Vigil, an act in remembrance. The sacrifices of our forefathers gave us a new beginning here in Caelandia.
So when you were in
W is for Weepin' Nelly, the Langston River's fastest little ferry barge. We couldn't have crossed that river without her help.
Alright, so we got 5. Let's try this. Let's do this.
X is for nothing. Stranger's letter in the mix. Yet even the stranger's letter has its use, as you couldn't have a mailbox without one.
Mailbox without eggs.
Y is for you, Drake, the god of impulse and bravery. Each time the morning stallion stamps his hoof, somebody out there makes up his mind. Z is for Zolwood, a tough old plant whose gourds make great target practice. Whatever you do, don't eat them.
There goes all my...
The end. There's nothing after Z. Used to be one more page in here, though, before somebody tore it out. Know what it said?
I said, do them again.
The last page of this book was about the author. Didn't say much, but the imagination has a way of filling in the gaps.
Reflection's complete. We barely made that. Lifeline saved us. Totally
Location
saved us.
unknown.
Barely got that dream done.
Everybody starts small, then some of us work our way up, I suppose.
But I don't see history books anywhere here. It's just like, be there. Let's see. Let's spice things up. Let's... dueling pistols with the war machete.
Want to stay alive in the wilds, pack a pair of pistols and a good blade.
So we're still too short on this, but that's exactly where I predicted we would be. Everything would be at 5, except for those two. Or 2 of them. I don't know if I predicted those exact 2.
Sometimes a single look says it all.
There's nothing new in the Lost and Found. Nothing new in the distillery. Nothing new in the vigil. So completing that final dream didn't really do anything. And no new secret. So we've done 2. I'm half tempted to do another episode and do 2 more dreams. Let's go ahead and do it. Sorry if this irritates you, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode we'll do the 2 middle dreams, as it turns out, and then the episode after that we will wrap up our second run. Sorry if this irritates you, but that's my choice, and that's what I'm sticking to. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my video. All that helps me out. If you want to support me through fan funding, click on my name Rydo. That takes you to my main YouTube page. There on the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Any amount you donate will be greatly appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus or Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.